Hello my lovelies, I hope you are well. I am here doing my first, my close down of September, which for me was a no spend month, and then I'm doing my first cash stuff of October. So as anyone who's been following me, and thank you so much if you have, we have been focusing on like a no spend September, and not only did I not stuff anywhere near as much as money as I usually do, I've also saved on the categories that I did stuff, if that makes sense. So I stuffed less and spent less, so it was like a double whammy of savings, if that makes sense. So what I've done as a result is usually sort of, I think by August I stuffed 1,230 on a 4-week month, and what I'm planning on doing in October is, even though it's a 5-week month, it's only stuffing £1,000 in my variables. So 5-week month for me. I get paid on the 7th on Friday, and then it will go right through to the 11th of November, so really not too long before Christmas. I've had a bit of an increase in my salary, and side hustles have been really good this month, so I'm actually stuffing the most I've ever stuffed, which is I've got the most available to stuff that I ever have, at 6,475, and my fixed costs are at 2,352, which gives me 4,123 left to play with. What I'm going to do is stuff 1,000 in variable over the 5 weeks, and then I'm going to put 1,500 towards my financial goals, and another £1,500 because I think, fingers crossed, it looks like we might be moving house in the new year, so I'm going to start building up a fund to deal with all the costs and everything that kind of happens there, and I'm going to leave 123 in as the buffer just because I like round numbers. So that's kind of that's that basically. And what I've done is I've reduced, so I was due to be stuffing I think 530 today. I'm front stuffing a lot of my categories, which has worked better for me over the last few months. Sorry, I just realised I was talking really quickly. I'm going to try and slow it down because there's no reason to rush through this. So I'm going to be stuffing 450 today because I did have 100 in fuel, but I put in 40 already, so I'm just going to stuff 60. And what I've decided to do with fitness is stuff it every week rather than stuffing all in one go. So those are going to be the changes. So today is 450. But first let's do the closeout from last week. So those of you who watch more regularly will know I often don't have money at the end of the categories, but I really do this week, so that's great. So food is this is my day-to-day envelope that I keep in my wallet. It's starting to go a little bit. I need to put some tape on that. So I've got 15 in notes, so I'm going to put that to one side and deal with that in a second. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, so 390. So what I'm going to do is pop my odd change in my change jar, and I'm going to save this till Christmas and change that up. And then I'm going to pop 3 back in my little pounds. And what I do is when these get to 5 or 10, I then pop them in my savings challenge, and I'm just going to leave that 15 to one side and we'll see what else we've got. But I've been using the Jam Donut app. So basically last week I only spent the £80 I put on the voucher for Sainsbury's. So Jam Donut, for those of you who haven't come across it before, is a cashback app essentially. So what I do each week is preload an amount onto a gift card, and then I use that gift card for shopping, for my food shopping. Well, it's my Sainsbury's shopping, so I use it for all my food, all our food I should say. I do let my husband eat occasionally. The dog's food, and then also things like toiletries and cleaning products. I get everything at Sainsbury's because it's my local supermarket. So basically I think I spent £1.10, maybe like on a loaf of bread I think I popped from the local shop, but that is all. One of the other things that's been really I've done this week is really meal planned, and also because there's 2 of us I tend to cook for 4 people though, so what I've done is repurpose meals later in the week. So I made a spag bowl and then used the sauce and turned it into a shepherd's pie, and then I used some of those leftover vegetables to make a vegetable lasagna, and so basically I was just much more economical with my meal planning, and I'm definitely going to be doing that again. So that's good. So nothing left in food now, nothing left in fuel. As I say, I had 15 I think in there, and then I used that and topped it up with the other 40. Self-care's got 20. Unfortunately, like the lady who does our massages has been really unwell, so I am going to take the 20 out and pop it with the other 15 for now. Nothing left in social. Miscellaneous has got 10, so again I'm going to pop that here. And then spends has got nothing. Giving's got 10, so I'm going to roll that over. Actually, I'll tell you what I will do is I'll take that out, and then what I do is I donate online to my local food bank if I have anything left in giving at the end of the month. So I'll do that, so I'll pop that to a different side. And then fitness has got 12. So actually, if I take that out, so I'll take the 12 out and I'll add it to my pounds, and in a second I'll go get that and do my savings challenge because I'll have £5. So with the £5 there and the change, got 20, 30, 40, 50, 55. So I never normally have any money left over. I'm usually sort of borrowing stuff from different categories. So to have 55 at the end of the month is kind of unheard of for me. And I think it is just the mindset about the no spend month. So a bit like I found it relatively easy to, so I've been doing a clothing diet since the beginning of the year. And I think just, I'm one of those people, when I tell myself that I'm not doing something, I just don't do it. Whereas I think if I allow myself to do it, then that's probably where the problems kick in, if that makes sense. So if I just say I'm not buying anything, I'm not doing a spend month, I'm having a no spend month, something in my brain just makes me stick to it. Whereas I think when I've got categories and money, it's more difficult. So what I'm going to do is pop this 55 in my treats envelope. I keep it in my sinking funds section, even though it's not really a sinking fund, but that's a different conversation. So now I've got in there 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75. So again, that's amazing how that's kind of added up. So what I'm going to do is leave that in there, and then at some point when I want something, I don't have something in my budget for it, I will use that. And what I might do is now save that till the end of the year when my clothing diet is up, and then if there's something I want to buy, I can. I've been keeping a little running total on my phone of things I want to buy once the no spend year of clothing is done. And actually there's two things really, I guess. Firstly, they're very few and far between, and the only things I need are a new pair of black jeans and a couple of new black t-shirts, because I just tend to wear those the most, and sometimes getting holes in and looking a bit sad now, and everything else is just a want. But when you stop shopping for clothes, and when you stop looking online for clothes and really challenge yourself, I guess, on what's a want versus a need, it's amazing how much you don't have. So I think on my list I've got like a Scamp and Dude tracksuit, because I love Scamp and Dude. There's some like gold boots which I really like at Oliver Bonus. But we'll see. And if when it gets to January and I start buying things again, they're not there, then they're not there. And I'm okay with that. So I think it's got me out of that habit of thinking I have to buy stuff because it's going to sell out or I'm going to miss out. So that's been going really well. Similarly with the beauty diet, I set myself probably 3 or 4 months ago now a beauty diet. So I haven't got any makeup. The rules are I can replace something, so I can replace my foundation when it runs out, but I'm not buying like a nail colour or a lip gloss or whatever just because I want it. And again, that's working really well. And same with home, so I'm not buying any home furnishings. And as I mentioned, we may be moving house in the new year to a really different type of house than we live at the moment. So I will be buying stuff, but I'm not going to buy anything until we get there. And what we've said is actually we're going to live in that house for a few months before we commit to anything. Because it's got like a number of the rooms, we can use them in different ways, but we're not quite sure how we're going to use each room and stuff. So anyway, so that was a really long way of going through that one. So I'll put that in treats. So all my envelopes now are clear, and so I'm going to stuff 450, so 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, and then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. So that is right. So the first category that's going to get money is food, which is getting 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90 and 100. But as I said, what I'll do is probably preload 80 again onto the Jam Donut app. So it's a 3.95% cashback. So I've already saved up about £30. I'll leave a code in the description below, and thanks to people who've downloaded and used the code, you get some points and I get some points, and so it's like really helpful when you do it. And I've also now started to look on there if I need to buy other things at other places. I'm now checking that app first, and because it's so easy to use, and the cash back straight away, so that's really helpful. Fuel's going to get 60, so 20, 40, 60. Self-care is going to get 50. I don't know if our missus will be back well enough this month, so I'm going to stuff 50. But also I probably need a haircut between now and Christmas, so I'm going to start stuffing that, like that can cover that if necessary. Social's going to get 100, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. But I don't know about you, but my socialising has definitely dropped off with the shift into autumn. And it has been a bit more like walks and coffees rather than like barbecues and boozy things and long lunches and stuff like that. So that's been good, A, for my health, B, for my budget, and C, I'm still seeing the people I want to, but it's, I guess it's just a bit more relaxed and everyone's feeling a bit more cosy and a bit more like they want to kind of lean into autumn, I guess. So that's social. Miscellaneous is going to get its usual 10. And this is just really for anything that doesn't fall into one of the other categories and usually ends up being spent on things like for the house, like, I don't know, bleach or something boring. Spence is going to get 100, but I think what I'm going to do with this, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, is really see how much, following the success of the no spend month, is how little I can spend on this. So I guess I'm going to challenge myself to only use this when it's really, when I really want or need something. Oh, there we go. We're back to wants and needs, aren't we? When something's really important to me, I guess. I can still have wants out of this, and that's the whole point of budgeting, isn't it? But I'm going to try and not spend as much of that as I can. Giving's going to get 10. And then fitness is going to get 20. And at the moment I'm paying for cold water swims, yoga and boxing. But we will see. We'll see what we look on to for next week. So that is £450. In the next weeks within my month, it gets a little bit well, basically lighter. So I've front stuffed all of these categories, and they'll do me for the month. So it'll only be fitness, giving, miscellaneous, and food that I'll be stuffing every week. But it just gives me a bit more freedom and flexibility to spend these as I need to. And then also I've still got some regular top ups every week. And I found, rather than, if I stuffed all of these categories at the beginning of the month, I think I probably wouldn't then track my spending as well. And I certainly value these weekly check-ins, because I think it's just a nice point to kind of reflect and see how your week's gone and stuff. So we will do that. So I will stuff the £5 off camera, just so you don't have to wait around. But that's good. So that's also going towards my savings challenge, which is topping up nicely for Christmas. So between the savings challenge, my change jar and jam donut, I'm probably going to have an extra probably a couple of £100, which will again be just easy to help Christmas out. So what I will do is I'm going to kind of leave October's budget as is. It is a high one this month, but then probably from November I will start to think about what the budget will look like for if we move, because our bills are going to go up quite significantly if we move, and also there's obviously all the costs associated with moving. So I'm going to start having a play around with that and start thinking about that. There we go. So thanks so much for watching and for sticking around, and I will see you in our next video. All right, take care. Bye.